I'm Jennifer Piacenti with Fantasy Alarm. Welcome back to the Hot Corner. Who's the hottest team in baseball? Well, it's the Houston Astros. The Astros are riding a 9-game win streak as of this recording, and by the time you're watching this, I guarantee you, it's gonna be 10. How are they doing it? Well, everything is just clicking. And it's even been clicking without Alex Bregman and Kyle Tucker. So during the month of June, Astros starters have combined for a 3.02 ERA, including a post-sticky stuff no-hit, 9-strikeout, 5-inning outing by Jake Odorizzi. The bullpen has settled down and pitched to a 2.45 ERA during the month of June, and that's the 4th best mark in the league. More superlatives, Astros have now scored the most runs in the league, a full 35 more than the second-place Dodgers, have the most RBI, the highest batting average, the highest OBP, the highest slug, and the lowest strikeout rate in the league. And in case you hadn't noticed, Michael Brantley is on an absolute tear, batting .510 with 7 doubles, a triple, and a home run over the first 3 weeks of June. Meanwhile, Jose Altuve has 10 home runs this month and more than 16 RBI because he just homered just now. Miles Straw has 2 home runs over the last week too. I mean, I'm pretty sure he's just waiting for his home run derby invite. Speaking of home run derby, Pete Alonso is in. Vlad Guerrero Jr. is out. To be honest, this makes me like Vladdy even more. He's committed first to his team, a team that now has George Springer back, and I can't wait to see what the summer has in store for those Blue Jays. I wrote in my latest All About the Curb article on Fantasy Alarm that you should expect nothing from rookie phenom Wander Franco. Then, he promptly went 2 for 4 with a 3-run home run in his debut. See? Aren't you feeling good now? Set the bar low, and then a guy can only exceed expectations. It's just like dating. Low. Set it low. You're welcome. And speaking of dating, if you were wondering what Max Scherzer has in his pants, it seems MLB will be happy to show you. Courtesy of Joe Girardi, not only did we get a TSA-style strip search 3 times on the ace, we got a lot of extra time added to a game that we're already trying to speed up with Little League rules like having 7-inning doubleheaders and a runner on second in extra innings, but I digress. This sticky stuff crackdown seems to have already had minor effects on the league. Batting average is slowly creeping up over the last week, and more walks have been issued. Notably this week, RPMs were down for Garrett Cole, Yu Darvish, Frankie Montas, but it just doesn't seem clear that this affected the outcome of their games, and they certainly all still had their strikeout stuff. Okay, time for some waiver wire. Akil Baddoo. Over the last 2 weeks, Baddoo was batting .406 with 2 stolen bases. You may remember at the beginning of the season, we were jumping on Baddoo for his power. Well, his power seems to have faded a bit, but he's replaced it with the patient plate approach and a walk rate in the 89th percentile of the league. You gotta love to see it. Combine that with the 94th percentile sprint speed, and you may want to stash this Detroit Tiger, who's only 14% rostered in Yahoo leagues. And speaking of speed, does Elvis Andrus have a pulse? It seems maybe he does. Since May 25th, Andrus is batting .318 with 2 stolen bases, and he has a 49% hard hit rate over that span. I don't know if he can sustain this, but he's only 5% rostered in Yahoo leagues. And speaking of Oakland, Tony Kemp has quietly been hitting .318 with 3 home runs and 16 runs scored during the month of June. He's walking an impressive 16% of the time, and he has a career-high OPS of .853 this year. He's worth keeping an eye on. And Odubel Herrera is batting leadoff for the Phillies, and he's having a strong June with 3 home runs and 16 runs scored. His max exit velocity says there could be more there, and he's available in 70% of Yahoo leagues. And finally, Alex Dickerson is back from the IL. Dickerson has severely underperformed his expected stats this year, but before his IL stint, he was getting back on track, batting .313 with 2 home runs in 16 at-bats during the month of June. He's often batting in the heart of that San Francisco order that just somehow keeps getting it done, and he's only 6% rostered in Yahoo leagues. For more fantasy baseball content, including seasonal DFS and our winning DFS lineup generator, be sure to get the Fantasy Alarm MLB Pro package. Use code JEN for 50% off today.